now they're out gigging, getting jobs, being paid to play. Imagine that. Instead of paying to play, you get paid to play, and that's what they're doing. This school is set down in Monticello, Arkansas. It is down in the other opposite from us, but it's a fantastic program, fantastic school, and you'll hear it, and you'll understand what I'm talking about. It's not for everybody. Not every school is for everybody, but this could be for somebody in here. It very much, or a couple of you. It really could be, and when you hear it, you'll understand. I've known Mr. Meggs, let's see, I was in college many years ago, a couple decades ago, and he came in he was a band director then, and came into the clinic, the band, and in the evening during band camp, they would have what we call the old man jazz band, and some of us counselors would go in and play with them, and he was playing lead alto. So I've known him for several years, but if you can hear him play, and then he translates that over into teaching. He's got some other people here. We got Les back there, who's a fantastic guitarist. Don Marchand, trombone. I met this summer, working with these guys. CES, who's back there.
Oh, hello.
He's the one talking to you, trying to get all your information. Social Security, blood type. Everyone's getting thank you. Good. That's professional right there. But you're going to enjoy it. They're going to go through. I don't know if you want to talk, you're welcome to talk, but they're going to play as much as they can so we can get you through here through the time, and we'll play right through announcements. Otherwise, we'll take up too much time, and then they'll come back on after the announcements. But
Let's remit it before, like 5 minutes before or something.
okay, all right. We'll let you know at come time. But hey, just same as always, you guys know the drill. If you see a soloist that you enjoy, it's okay to applaud them. I know some of us aren't quite accustomed to that. You're going to hear it. It's going to be in your face, and you're going to be wowed. I promise you will. But afterwards, they've got another gig to get to, so there won't be much time. But if you have any questions or whatnot for them, by all means, you can go up to them and ask them. Don't rush them and ask them. But I'm going to turn it over to the Monticello Jazz Band with their director, Mr. Gary Meggs.
Thank you. Thank you very much. We're so happy to be here at Springdale this morning. That first tune was called The Dive. We featured John Van Houten, Matthew Schatz, and Tommy Townsend on solos. How about a nice round of applause for this guy? We're going to continue on. We're going to do a tenor sax feature between two of our tenors. They're going to do a really cool tune called Doodle Doodle. They have a little battle to do. And then we're also going to feature our fabulous drummer that actually is one of our graduate assistants, just got off the road with the Glen Miller Orchestra, decided to come back to school and get his master's degree, Mr. Philip House on the drums. So we hope you enjoy this tune called Doodle Doodle. That was Nathan Mill from Monticello, Arkansas, and Matt Schatz from Sheridan, Arkansas, and Philip House from Cabot, Arkansas. Next thing we're going to do for you, we're going to slow it down a little bit. No, not really. We're going to do an old Jack Peterson tune. He wrote it when he was a guitar teacher at North Texas State University. It's called Hey Man. It features Tommy Townsend, our guitarist from Falk, Arkansas, and it also features our lead alto player, John Van Houten from Hot Springs, Arkansas. Before we play that tune, I'd like to introduce some of the guys in the band to you, starting with our trombones today. Jacob Karlovich from Peru. Kirsten Hargrove from Naples, Texas. Taylor Hesper from Harrison, Arkansas. And Sam Allen from Springdale, Sheridan, Arkansas. I'll get the trumpets for you real quick too. Our one lone Southern Louisiana guy, Dayton Smith from Monroe, Louisiana. Spencer Barker from Southside, Fort Smith. One of our graduate assistants, Mr. Jason Smith from San Antonio, Texas. Johnny McDowell from Texarkana, Texas. And Trace Jennings from Northside, Fort Smith. We hope you enjoy Hey Man. to you real quick. I've already introduced Philip House on the drums. We have Patrick Chan back here from Ozark, Arkansas. We have Jake Miller on the bass back here from Bryant, Arkansas. Elijah Miles on the piano from Crossett, Arkansas. And once again, Tommy Townsend from Falk, Arkansas on the guitar. How many saxophone players are in here? A bunch. We're going to do a piece that was performed by Cannonball Adderley, if you're familiar with the jazz guy, Cannonball. He played this incredible solo on the tune called Easy to Love. I mean, it's incredible. And the part that the lead alto player has is that part, is the exact solo that he played. But the writer of this arrangement took that and harmonized it for all 5 saxophones. So they're all going to play this improvised solo harmonized together through the entire piece. It's the hardest saxophone piece I've ever tried to ever get anybody to play in my life. I hope you enjoy our saxophone section and the band on Easy to Love. honestly didn't think we could do that, but we can. It's crazy. And Mr. Brown was right this morning. All these guys started really young. Chris Sims over here on the baritone sax, I've known him since the 6th grade, and he's 24 years old now. Matter of fact, I've known a lot of these guys forever, and a lot of you are probably wondering, how did people get to play like that? Well, one of the things that they did is they started coming to the UA and jazz camp at a young age. Most of these guys were all-state jazz players, and most of them came to our jazz camps at a very young age and started learning how to do this. And once you start getting the tools that you need, and you do everything you're told, this is the end result. And I'd like to share a few other things with you about these guys and our school too at the University of Arkansas at Monticello. We have a really unique situation here that we're in the great position of having a lot of money for scholarships. Very cool. So I'm going to just give you one example of how things could work for you. Let's just say you had a 24 in your ACT. Well, if you did that and you had a B average, the first thing we can do for you is waive your tuition and fees, pretty much all of that. And then if you're in the band, which all these guys pretty much are in the band program, they get a big fat band scholarship because they're in the program. And then if they're in the jazz program, which is actually, we have a separate jazz program that's under the umbrella of band, they get a big scholarship for being in the jazz program too. And if they made All-State or they're an All-State qualifier, then they have a scholarship called what's it called, Special Achievement. So you're thinking, well, what does that exactly mean? Let me show you. Watch the band very closely. How many of you guys get money back every semester? How many of you don't pay anything to go to college? See what that equals? A free bachelor's degree. And it's pretty cool. Now, how many of you guys are not music majors? What's your major, Chris? Haven't decided yet. He's lying. So the problem with guys like Chris is they get here and they say, this is so much fun, I don't want to graduate. So they hold on as long as possible. Some of us guys like Mr. Marlowe back there, Mr. Askew, Mr. Pack, myself, and Mr. Marchand, we thought we wanted to graduate, and then we got out and realized we really didn't. So we'd like to invite you to take a really good look at our university. If you like what you see and you think you'd like to be a part of a program that produces this kind of product, give us an opportunity to visit with you and tell you what we can do for you, because you'll be very surprised. And there's nothing wrong with going home and telling your parents, no problem, Mom, Dad, I'm going to college for free. They will like that, I promise. All right, we're going to play a little bit more for you. We're going to play a great tune called Have You Met Miss Jones? And we're going to feature Spencer Barker from Fort Smith. And who else we got on this? Chris Sims on the bass sax from Warren, Arkansas. Before we play Have You Met Miss Jones, I'm going to go ahead and introduce you to these wonderful saxophone players. Nathan Bell from Russellville, Arkansas. Ashley Paula Hansen from Sheridan, Arkansas. John Van Houten from Hot Springs. Nick Schatz, a graduate student from Sheridan. And Chris Stewart from Warren. And last but not least, back here in the back is our recruiting girl and our alternate trumpet player. This is Allison Grace Gray from Mount Pleasant, Texas.
have about 15 minutes.
15 minutes, we might squeeze 2 in here. Cold Duck, I think on the solos today we'll do Nathan Bell and Matt Shots. Nobody knows who gets the solos on this one every day until we just call them out. It's called Cold Up Time. This goes out to Mr. Gary Brown, our good friend that teaches up here. Cold Up Time. senior pastor of Monticello, so that's one more. And we have had such a wonderful time playing for you guys this morning. It's with great pleasure. Thank you very much, Mr. Robinson and Mr. Brown, for having us up. It's a great honor to play for your wonderful band program here. We're going to close things out. We're always looking for vocalists, guys. You guys are great singers. We're always looking for a male and a female to sing with the band. This year we have, we couldn't find a singer, so we just got one of our drummers to sing for us. So Mr. Philip House is going to entertain you in a great tune called How Sweet It Is.
Shelter of someone's arms, and there you were. Needed someone to understand my ups and downs, and there you were. With sweet love and devotion, touching my ocean. Stop and thank you, baby. I just wanna stop and thank you, baby. Oh yeah, how sweet it is to be loved by you. How sweet it is to be loved by you. I close my eyes at night, wondering where would I be without you in my life. Everything I think was such a bore. Everywhere I came, it seems to be there before. Too bright love, so many ways I wanna stop. I just wanna stop and thank you, baby. Oh, how sweet it is to be loved by you. How sweet it is to be loved by you. What I can say. For me there is you, and there ain't nobody else. I wanna stop, thank you, baby. I just wanna stop, thank you, baby. How sweet it is to be loved by you. How sweet it is to be loved by you. How sweet it is to be loved by you. How sweet it is to be loved by you.
Thank you so very much. What a great audience you guys, great places. Seniors, when you get ready to, seniors, we have packets over here for every one of you when you get ready to go that way, and we'll be over there if you have time to talk to us. Thank you once again for being so gracious.
All right, did you guys enjoy that? See, you have no idea what was coming for you. In little old Monticello, Arkansas, producing some fine jazz. Some really fine jazz. Okay, so don't forget the announcements. We have seniors right over this direction. The three clarinets that had their instrument repaired. There's two buffets and a noble. They're back here now. We've got it back here in just going to the office. Man, if you would help us, let's stack up chairs and go that direction with this side, stay off the court, and you guys stack up this side and go up the court that way. There's a few minutes here before the bell rings if you want to talk to these guys. Feel free. Now they're going to be moving and getting their stuff packed up because they got another gig to get to down in Dardanelle. But I hope you enjoyed it. Take your instruments home. Have a great break. For those that are meeting us tomorrow, be here tomorrow in the band room at 7:30 with me for the basketball cleanup. Wear comfortable shoes and grungy clothes, because you are picking up quality trash from the Bud Walton band. All seniors, out over here.